Well, good morning, folks. It's 10:25 in the morning. We're in Los Angeles. We're in the Bell 47 helicopter. This is Hooper's Heliport, home of the Los Angeles Airport Police Department Air Division. And today's video is in three parts. We're doing what I call an Inibuilds tour. This is my 300th video, and we're doing the Inibuilds tour. We're starting off at Hooper's Heliport here, which is a scenery, payware scenery by Inibuilds, and then we're going to go across to Los Angeles International Airport, another payware scenery by Inibuilds, where we're going to make a landing, have some lunch, and then in late afternoon we're going to fly from LA up to Venice Beach, make a landing there in the car park, and then I'm going to lower the light down to dusk, and we'll do a dusk takeoff from Venice Beach and head back here to Hooper's for a landing. So hope you enjoy it, folks. Something a little bit different than what I'm usually posting. Let's get started here. So before we lift off here, just a quick overview here, show you what Hooper's Heliport looks like. This is pretty much as it exists in the real world. There's the freeway to the left, and there's the car park, the roof car park there, and you've got some police vehicles there. And this is the roof heliport, where all the helicopters land. And there's the Air Division control tower with the flag on the top. It's about 10:20 in the morning. I've set ordinary clear weather, so you get to see. We take off and head down to LAX and have a look at LA as it exists below us from about 800 feet. Okay, so let's get going. We're going to go up to about 800 feet. We're going to fly past these downtown city skyscrapers here. Well, it all looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? It's a stunning job, to tell you the truth. It just looks beautiful below there. So just over 800 feet, we come down a little bit. As you can see, the detail on these buildings is wonderful. There's a freeway system coming up ahead, and you also see in the distance there, directly ahead, there's a kind of a hill. We're going to head for that hill and then just pass just left of it to come up just north of Los Angeles International. Now, all of the charts and bits and pieces of information I've looked at say that for helicopters coming into LAX, we approach from the north side to north of runways 24 left and right, and then we turn south and follow Sepulveda Boulevard to cross the approach path of those two runways, and then as we hit the central area we turn right and then go into wherever it is we're going to land. Now I'll put up a picture at some point of what used to be the Los Angeles Airport heliport. There is no longer there, it's now a car park. But we're going to land on the other side of the Tom Bradley terminal on one of the vacant stands. And then the idea is pilot goes off and has some virtual lunch, and we come back at about 3 in the afternoon and take off and head for Venice Beach. But for the moment, enjoy the scenery below. as we whip along at a hefty 75 knots in beautiful clear conditions. This is just how I've imagined it. I've flown into LA many times in the past. My good lady ex-wife was worked for the airlines, and we flew into LA with British Airways from UK many times, and I've looked out the window and seen this kind of a view from higher up. But here's a chance for me to see it a little bit lower down, and it looks just as real as it did before. Done a marvellous job here. Drop down a little bit, we're kind of creeping up to 900 feet. We really want to try and stay at about 800. So as we get over this hill, in the distance you'll start to see the flashing strobes, the approach lights for runway 24. I still notice we've still got a lot of spiking trees and things which haven't been properly rendered. A few spikes here and there, but generally this looks really quite impressive. Very nice indeed. Nice to get out in a helicopter now and again. I have to mention that I do get occasional problems. The skid version absolutely will not spawn onto Hooper's helipad. The float version will, but it bobbles about before it finally settles down. So what I have to do is to spawn this helicopter in the air, get control of it, and then manually land the aircraft onto Hooper's helipad, and that seems to work. But there are a lot of places where the skids seem to sink in to the ground a little bit, and I don't really know why that is. It only happens with this helicopter. It doesn't happen with any other aircraft that I've got. Of course, it doesn't happen that much, of course, with the float. The float version looks good. Only problem with the float version, when you upgrade to that or update to it, it wipes out all custom liveries for the helicopter, which is frankly quite annoying. So I'm trying to get the person who designed my livery for the helicopter to update it for the new float version so I can have it available. And also I hope soon to announce that we have the PMDG 737-800 in the new VAP Air Livery 2. That's being done. I hope to get it any day now. It's been paid for, and Inibuilds are doing it for me, like they did the last one for Prepare 3D. They're also doing it for Flight Sim 2020 for me. So we will then have the helicopter, Cessna 170 Classic, the fly-by-wire Airbus A320 and the PMDG 737-800, and of course I've got the Headwind A330-900 as well. So we'll have 5 aircraft in the VAP hangar. So steadily approaching LAX there in front of us, literally dead ahead almost. You can see the strobes for runway 24. So we approach just north of that runway and then follow Sepulveda Boulevard. So I'm going to start to come down and slow down in a few minutes. I've got the scenery and everything turned full up, so there will be a bit of jerking here and there. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but I've done it. It's flyable, and I've done it this way so you get to see the scenery in its entirety. It's just, the whole place is stunning. So we start to lose a little bit of height here. come down to about 400 feet. Great looking freeways below us. So we bring the aircraft down, and as you can see, we're now just coming in just to the north of the two northernmost runways, 24 left and right. And very shortly I will bring the speed off. We'll turn left and follow SEPULVEDA in. Start to bring the speed off now. Here's SEPULVEDA Boulevard directly below us, coming up now where that red truck's heading down. And now we follow it south. We've received our clearance from air traffic to cross the two runway approach paths. Still bringing her down. Oh, two great big trees there, look, in the middle of the freeway. That's not good. However, the rest of it looks great. Yeah, if it wasn't for the misplaced trees, it'd be brilliant. So here we are coming into LAX. I'm expecting a few judders and pauses, but so far, not too bad. Coming down to 400 feet. Got runway 24 right and left on the right hand side. So maintain about 400 feet here. Okay, so crossing this highway, we're now clear of the two runway approach paths on the north side, so we turn inbound towards the terminal area. There you can see the theme building directly ahead, followed by the control tower. Now as I come over the top of these buildings, on the left hand side, just up on the left, you can see a bit of construction, and you can also see a car park. It's here. This is where the old helipad used to be. That roof section is the construction. It's now a car park. And that used to be the heliport here. So here's the Tom Bradley terminal coming up here now, and we're going to land on the pads on the other side there, all being well. And there we are, it's landed on stand 205. Welcome to LAX. Couple of quick shots for you there. You can see the fuel farm, hangars in the distance. And there's the airport itself proper. Tom Bradley terminal in front of us, and the central terminal area, other terminals in the distance. So thanks for joining me, folks. Let's shut this down now. My pilot's going to go and have lunch, and I will see you in part 2 at about 3 in the afternoon, where we take off and head off to Venice Beach. Okay, welcome back to part 2 of this video. We're in, as you appreciate, if you saw the first part, we landed in Los Angeles. It's now just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've been out and had some lunch, and time to take the helicopter out over the coast and head up and take a look at Venice Beach. So all looking good. Let's get started up. Okay, so we're all powered up, everything's looking good, temperatures and pressures are okay. Let's go for it. Okay, there we go. So over the top of the roof, head out due west. I want to try and stay at about 400 feet. As you can see, LAX has got, the detail is stunning at this airport, and such a marvellous job. And we're coming out towards the threshold of 06 right and left there onto your right hand side. Delta and the Qantas hangars on the left. Looking good, beautiful detail. And the highway below us. Coming around onto the beach. As Marina Del Rey is coming up. So as we're heading up towards Venice Beach now, on the other side of Marina Del Rey, Inibuilds have produced this freeware scenery where they've basically enhanced the beach facilities. You've got facilities going up the beach, which we'll see in a minute, and they've also completely enhanced the Venice Beach pier with a children's slide, the Ferris wheel and various other little bits and pieces to bring the pier alive, and we'll see that as we get to it. just up the coast here. So this is default terrain on the coast, which doesn't look too bad. You've still got the occasional spiking trees, but generally it's not too bad at all. So as you can see, we're coming up to the first pier in the distance there, and Inibuilds have enhanced the car park, the beach car park, and you'll see that as we get closer. Now none of these pier pads, unfortunately, at the end are landable, which is a real pity, because they lend themselves to being helicopter pads. However, right, so here's the car park starting to appear. As you can see, it's been nicely enhanced there. Trees and foliage, bits and pieces. And that looks quite nice. Palm trees along the beach does look really good. Another little enhancement here. And here you can see they've done a nice little job enhancing the beach and making it look a little bit more impressive on the coastline. Now, as I said, these piers are not landable, unfortunately. There is, however, an H in one of the car parks right by Venice Beach, and I did land there the other day, but it's a bit tight because there's a lamppost or a light post not too far away. I have to be really careful about the rotors. So there it is in the distance, beginning to appear. Again, I'll just turn in towards the beach a bit more. See the little enhancements that have been made. It really does look really nice. It looks a lot more real. Really quite impressive. So we're 300 feet now, so you get a little better view. But it really does look nice. Bring the speed up now. Slow down a bit so you can see. So you still see some of the anomalies with the default scenery, but this is really nice. We're going to come out a little bit over to the left, so you can see we start a little turnaround tour on the pier. So there's the Ferris wheel, and you can see there also the children's slide. And if we come out here over the end of the pier, see a little restaurant there. Which looks really nice. Here we are. It's a real pity that this pier, none of it is landable, unfortunately. I mean, the best I can probably do is take the float helicopter and go into the water. So here's the car park, and you can just see the H there. See the two beach cars. There. So we turn inbound here over it all, and you can see that it's just a beautiful little development. Really nice. Love the palm trees. Just the way the whole thing looks. Very nice indeed. And some of the cars look as though they're sort of standing off the ground there. Not sure why that is. It might just be an anomaly in my sim, I don't know. And we got a car out in the sea, which is a pity. So let's try and make a landing on this H. Over at the car park, and see if we can do it. As you can see, loads of light poles. We have to be really careful. Just bring her back a little bit. Tricky to do this. Try again. So there we go, managed to land on the H. Well, near enough. So there you can see the two lifeguard cars, which look quite realistic. Let's have a look at, just to have a look at a few shots around the Venice beach scenery. So here you can see part of the main pier. And it all looks really, really lovely. Very nice indeed. And there's the Ferris wheel, and you can see the little helter-skelter slide thing there that is not animated unfortunately, but there you go. And there we are looking back towards the coast there. You can see the development of the pier. Lots going on. Some nice buildings, beautifully modelled, some very, very nice. It does look really quite nice. It's great for freeware. And there you can see just beautifully modelled buildings, some lovely little sitting positions here, little additions onto the beach here as well. Palm trees look great. Some of this is photo, but it has been enhanced slightly. So there we are, looking out to sea towards the pier. It's a pity we've got that vehicle out there in the sea, but there we go. Let's go and have a look at the end of the pier. So here's the end of the pier. You can see more little sunshades and places for people to sit. And here's the little place, ice cream stands, sitting positions right at the end of the pier that we could see. And there's another view of the pier, looks really good. So, there we are. Now the next thing to do is to take off and head back to Hooper's Heliport. Now, just for fun, we're going to lower the light to dusk so you can see this. This has all been lit nicely at dusk by the Inibuilds team, and we'll take off at dusk and then fly back over Los Angeles towards our Hoopers, and hopefully we can find it in the dark. So 6:20 in the evening, as you can see, sunset, lights have come on, really does look beautiful. And there's an overhead shot showing the way that it's all lit up, it looks great. So let's set up the helicopter, turn the lights on, we'll do a little lift off, head out over the sea and then go back in over the pier and head east to the heliport. Okay, lights are on, we're all set, let's lift off. As you can see, beautiful sunset out here. Going to take her out a little bit over the sea. And there you go, it's a beautiful view of the Venice beach area. Just really lovely. Very, very nice. Okay, so we're going to track first over Santa Monica Airport, just so you can see what this all looks like at night. Really does look quite impressive. So we stayed about 500 feet. And as you can see, LA's not too bad at all during the dusk hours. So this is about a 14-15 minute flight or so back to Hooper's Heliport. Just going to go over the default Santa Monica, which I know quite well. I've visited it a few times in years gone by. crossing Santa Monica Airport there. Now in the distance, directly ahead, you can see the hill we aimed for going into LAX, and just to the left in the far distance you can see the cluster of skyscrapers. So we're going to go up to about 800 feet again now and head directly for those skyscrapers. And then as I get close to the skyscrapers, we're going to reduce speed, and we're going to look for one specific one, which is a marker that will help me identify where Hoopers is. So let's get up to about 800 feet. And it looks nice, doesn't it? I like it. There is a company called Illuminators that do night enhancements for various places. If you guys look at my video channel, I do have a video where I have a look at South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, with the Illuminators night lighting installed, and it does look quite impressive. It's available on SimMark. It's not expensive, but they do light illumination for lots of airports around the world and lots of locations. And the video that I've done, you take a tour from Fort Lauderdale, I think, all the way down the Florida Keys, all the way down to Key West. Quite a long video, but it just shows you. We have a landing at Marathon along the way. It just shows you what they do for night enhancements. Oh, look, these look pretty impressive. There is one out for Los Angeles. I haven't looked at it or reviewed it yet, so I might get it. I'm going to have a look, have a chat with Illuminators and see whether or not their enhancements actually work okay with the update, because the USA did have an update possibly since they released that product. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this little video here, and isn't it just wonderful to see this all at night, or in the darkness hours I should say. So here we are, cracking along at 80 knots and about 800 feet. Really looking quite nice. I love the way the highways are lit, and so we've got some cars going up and down them, and the car headlights and tail lights. All looks really, really good. Simulator is just wonderful, and we obviously now we've got talented developers that know how to make use of it and enhance it even further. Some wonderful scenery products and little enhancements out there that make this simulator so much the best, so much better than it ever was. I've been flying Flight Simulator for many years, ever since it was in FS2, with just about 6 different colours for the various things like ground and sky, and this is such a stunning simulator. I've actually never seen the downtown building cluster ahead of us at night time or in the darkness, so this will be a first, and first time attempting to land on the Hoopers heliport roof during the night hours. There you can see the freeway to the left. You've got cars going up and down there with their lights on. It looks pretty realistic. It's just wonderful. I almost forgot, this is my 300th video, so I'm celebrating with something a little different here. So while I've got a minute, I'd like to thank the 510 odd subscribers that I've got. Thank you very much for staying with me on my channel. I really hope I'm producing the sort of stuff you'd like to see. I'm trying to make it varied and interesting. But I'd like to thank all of those people who have subscribed, and the viewers who are watching this and my other videos, and who take the time to comment, and I try to respond to every comment that comes out. So thank you very much for supporting my channel, and if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I mean, it just helps with the YouTube algorithm. And pretty soon I'm hoping to introduce some merchandise, some PIER merchandise, t-shirts, mugs, coasters, bits and pieces. I'm going to get a couple of designs up on Redbubble, and as soon as the little shop is ready, I will do a little video for you, and hopefully you'll find something on there that you might like. So we're getting close now. Got the cluster of buildings is coming up quite nicely. It's managing to maintain 500 to 800 feet rather, which is quite decent. Crossing the freeway here, and I'm whizzing along at a hefty 80 knots too. There in the distance you can see the strobes of Los Angeles International Airport. Football stadium below us. And here we are now beginning to approach this cluster of buildings. This is downtown LA. I once stayed in Hotel Figueroa many, many years ago when downtown wasn't as notorious as it is at the moment. Around about 1978, I think it was. Long time ago. So here you can see a really nice cluster of buildings that represents downtown. It's going to bring the power up a little bit so we can reduce the speed, so you can see the detail here, which is really nice. So as you can see, the buildings, this little skyscrapers, beautifully enhanced here. We're continuing to descend a little bit. Now this will be interesting to see if I can find the Hoopers Heliport. I roughly know where it is when I go past these buildings. I look for a specific skyscraper, which I'm used to seeing in the day, but I've not seen at night, but we'll see. See if I can identify it. I'm down to 700 feet now. Just maintain 700 as I slowly coast past these skyscrapers. In fact, yes, I think I've identified it. That one there is the one I'm looking for. City National Bank there below us. Lots of rooftop landing pads around here, which is great fun. And just the buildings are stunning. So we head out towards the skyscraper, and then on the right hand side we see the freeway and the LAPD landing pad. there, I think that's there it is, that red building to the right of the skyscraper. So bring the speed off. I just want to approach it really slowly. So it's not the easiest place to land. See, there's the freeway below us, and there's the red building that houses the LAPD. Heliport, Hooper's Heliport it's called, home of the Los Angeles Police Department. There to the left you can't see is Union Station. Station down there, there's the car parks, there's the building to the right, the helipad is just right round the corner there. So we're going to go out this way. I've got to be really careful because there are electricity pylons or power cables. So there's the car park with some of the LAPD police cars in it, you can see. Here's the roof pad to the right there, we're just coming round. Try and do a decent approach. And there is the pad. Nicely lit. And there we are, welcome to Hooper's Heliport. And there we are on the pad, Hooper's Heliport, as you can see, right in the middle of downtown Los Angeles. Animated flag up there too. And there in the distance you can see the electricity pylons standing out there that you can so easily hit if you're not careful, or if you come into the airport in the wrong direction. So there's a quick overview. Here you've got the freeway down here on this side, signage. There's a Union Station, a railway, big railroad on the other side there. Lots of skyscrapers, all looks great. Here's the police car park with police vehicles in there, and there is my helicopter. So time to shut her down. So folks, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that little helicopter tour, the Inibuilds tour I call it, starting off here at Hooper's Heliport, created and built by Inibuilds, heading down to Los Angeles International, also created by Inibuilds, and then on to Venice Beach. Venice Beach is freeware, Hooper's and LAX are payware. Beautiful work that's been done. It's really, really nice. So thank you, as I said, for joining me. This is my 300th video. Thanks to all my subscribers. Next week, if you look at my website, virtualairlinepilot.org, it will give you details of what's coming next week. But we're going to be looking at LEGE Girona by RD Presets. And then we're also going to have a look at Davao Airport in the Philippines. And all being well, I hope to have a little helicopter tour around Paros, which is one of the little islands out in the Greek archipelago, which also has been released as a payware scenery. So that's what hopefully is coming next week. Check out my website, probably late afternoon Sunday will give you more details. So this is Lee finishing off another helicopter flight, and thank you guys for joining me. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.